Assalamu alaikum. This is my pleasure to be with you today with the poem Speak Up. This is actually the Urdu translation. This is the English translation of the poem Bowl. Here on your screen, we have the legendary poet Faiz Ahmad Faiz. And this is one of the masterpieces of this great poet, and it was written in Urdu. This poem has been taken from the collection of poems Naqshe Faryadi, published in 1941. Dear students, this poem has been translated for you by Shiv K.Kumar in English for class 10th. Faiz has always been hard and vocal against industrial exploitation, social inequalities, religious hypocrisy, and political vengeance. He strongly advocates a class-less society and promotes equal opportunity and universal brotherhood in the world. Fez evokes sympathy by presenting the tales of tragic sacrifices of the exploited masses across the world in this poem. Dear students, Fez emulates the idea of a German philosopher Immanuel Kant. Kant was a staunch believer of freedom as a birthright of a citizen of the world. Fez, coincidentally, as a revolutionary, advocates freedom of expression in this poem and inspires the people who travail at the hands of exploiters to have confidence in humanity and to speak up. Let's go to the text of the poem, okay? And before we proceed ahead, यहाँ पे हम थोड़ा चलो ये उर्दू की ओरिजिनल जो आपके सामने पोइम है और लेफ्ट साइड में ट्रांसलेशन भी है, तो पहले हम इस उर्दू में इस पोइम को सुनते हैं. लेट अस लिसन टू दिस. तो आप खामोशी से इस पोइम को सुनते जाइए, ठीक है. सो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, यहाँ से आप थोड़ा सा हम इसी को इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशन इसका देखते हैं। तो ये जो आपके टेक्स्ट बुक में भी ये वो टेक्स्ट है। तो मैं ट्राई करता हूँ इसको आपके लिए रिसाइट करने की। सो पोइम बोल को इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट करके स्पीक अप लिखा गया है। सो द पोइम गोज लाइक दिस। स्पीक अप, for your lips are not sealed, and your words are still your own. This upright body is yours. Speak, while your soul is still your own. Look there in that smithy. Its red oven fierce flames. The padlocks are already opening their mouths, and each fetter is skirting round. Speak up now, for time is running out. Before your body and mind fade away, tell us, for truth is not yet dead. Speak whatever you have to say. So that was the recitation of the translated form of this poem. Let us go to some of the poetic devices. So here you can see the red oven on your screen. So important कुछ poetic devices जो इसमें हैं, तो सबसे important हम imagery again उस पे आते हैं. So what is imagery? It's language that produces pictures in the minds of people, whether you are reading something or you are listening to it. So in this poem, the smithy suggests a prison or a place that exploits the people on the basis of caste, class, religion, and economic conditions. The oven may suggest the sacrifices of the suffering masses, people, and fierce flames suggest the courage of standing up to protest against the tyranny. The fetters are the epitomes of slavery, which the poet is determined to break and let the tormented voices be free to speak against the atrocities and turbulences. तो ये है कुछ images इसमें. तो they are all implicit. So maybe other teachers, yeah, some teachers may have some different explanations to imageries, to this imagery. So it depends कि आप criticism के किस influence में आते हैं, तो उसी हिसाब से आप इसको यहाँ पे explain कर सकते हैं. So मैंने इसको एक फेज को एज ए रेवोल्यूशनरी पॉइंट लेकर उसकी जो सोशो वहाँ की इकोनॉमिक कंडीशंस उसके टाइम की पढ़ी, तो उस हिसाब से मैंने इसको एक्सप्लेन यहाँ पे किया आपके लिए. तो कुछ लोग इसको इस पोइम को ही अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ इंडियन फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल भी लेते हैं, तो उस हिसाब से इसको एक्सप्लेन करते हैं. सो देयर आर वेज. तो आप भी खुद रिसर्च करके इस पोइम को अच्छे से पढ़िए. तो फेज की लाइफ को पढ़िए ताकि आपको अच्छे से उसका रियल इंटेंट पता चले कि व्हाट ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट. तो कुछ मेटाफर्स जो इस पोइम में है, तकरीबन यही सारे मेटाफर्स भी हैं. तो मेटाफर होता क्या है? इट्स अ वर्ड ऑफ फ्रेज यूज्ड टू डिस्क्राइब समबडी समथिंग एल्स इन अ वे दैट इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम इट इज नॉर्मल यूज, in order to show that the two things have the same qualities and to make the description more powerful. For example, our life is a game of football. यानी हमने अपनी जिंदगी को कंपेयर किया है गेम ऑफ फुटबॉल के साथ. दैट इज द always you remain in action and there is struggle and you have to strive for everything to score. So metaphors in speak up. Smithy compared to a prison or a place of exploitation. Oven compared to a place of sacrifice. Fierce flames compared to protests. And fetters compared to slavery. Okay? ये हैं कुछ इसमें metaphors. So you can have another picture here on your screen. So these are the fierce flames on your screen. Then you can have the smithy again where the जो fetters वगैरह वहाँ पे बनाई जा रही हैं, right? तो then उसके बाद you can have again see the fetters. तो एक इंसान को जंजीरों में जकड़ दिया गया है. Then let's go to the part of analysis of this poem, right? So, this poem begins with a resonating appeal to all the exploited people of the world to express their anguish and resentment as freedom of expression prevails over all other things. Faize inspires the suffering masses to have confidence in the humanity and speak against the discriminations. He appeals the morally upright people to speak the truth as he addresses them that as your thoughts are clean and straight. In stanza second, Faiz feels hopeful of change and uses some high sounding images, metaphors to highlight the war between the truth and the falsehood. Okay? In this battle against injustice, tyranny, classism, inequality, and exploitation, Faiz pleads for freedom of thought, freedom of expression, respect to humanity, and upholding of human values. As a revolutionary, he draws the map of the battlefield where the prisons are open, exploiters are pouncing on their praise, people are protesting in chains, and some of them have been martyred for raising their voice to defend their rights. The exploiters are out there to plug the voices and spread the silence in the camps of voiceless and helpless people. In the last stanza, the poet highlights the precious nature of time. He says that time is running out and the present moment is right to strike the balance by speaking one's heart out and telling the truth as the emotions are running very high and there are moral giants who are ready to listen the painful stories of sufferers. So, giving voice to the voiceless, that is this poem all about. So, let us go to the theme of this poem. So, dear students, this poem is a symbolic representation of the problems faced by the suffering humanity all over the world. In the midst of turbulences, the political and literal, activism of Faiz brings forth a message of a bright and better tomorrow. This poem inspires hope, freedom of expression, and truthfulness to be the magazines to overpower and destabilize the cruel powers of the world. The world experiences a war between truth and falsehood, but for the success in the world, the truth must prevail. So, we need to keep the truth alive, which needs continuous struggle and freedom of expression. So that's was the evaluation. Theme. Let's go to the part of evaluation, right? So, dear students, ये कुछ क्वेश्चंस मैंने दिए हैं, आप इनको ट्राई कीजिए ताकि यू सी वेदर यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस पोएम आर नॉट. तो पहले आप क्या करेंगे, ट्रांसकोड द पोएम इनटू इमेज फॉर्म गिविंग ऑल द डिटेल्स प्रेजेंट इन द पोएम. तो इसको आप पिक्चर फॉर्म में लाइए जहां जहां पे आपको पॉसिबल लग रहा है. दूसरा, डिस्क्राइब द इमेजेस इन योर वर्ड्स प्रेजेंट इन द पोएम. इसमें कुछ इमेजेस हैं, उनको आप अपने वर्ड्स में एक्सप्लेन कीजिए. What are the important rights that the poem talks about? इस पोएम में कुछ राइट्स की बात की गई है, तो आप उनको लिस्ट कीजिए. Who is this poem addressed to? तो ये पोएम किसको एड्रेस की गई है, किसकी बात को हाईलाइट कर रही है. This poem invokes sympathy. इमोशंस हम में आती है हमदर्दी की. हु डू यू फील सिम्पथाइज्ड विद, आपको क्या लग रहा है, आप किसके साथ आपकी हमदर्दी जो है वो बन रही है, तो उसको आप पेन डाउन कीजिए, राइट, इसलिए आप पोइम को समझ पाएंगे. सो दैट वाज ऑल अबाउट द पोइम.